My name's Eric. I'm here from Madness Autoworks. I don't know if you're familiar with who we are, what we do, but we do a lot of performance parts and accessories for FCA Group vehicles. That means Fiat Chrysler America. So we have a catalog of parts for the Fiat, we have a catalog of parts for the Alfa Romeo, and I'm proud to say that we've done a pretty hefty expansion into Jeep. Including, but not limited to, the latest Jeep Wrangler. When you order a wing deflector kit from Madness Autoworks, you're going to get a complete kit. It includes fronts, as you can see right here. I've got rears. I've got some handy black and white instructions. Pretty convenient. And then also included are going to be a couple little baggies filled with plastic clips to help these things sit. Just want to demonstrate, you can have extreme confidence in these things because they are crazy flexible. You don't have to worry about breaking them. It's going to take a lot more than anything that you'll be able to do in order to crack these. So first things first, we want to start off by cleaning off the inside of this weather stripping here. Just because we're going to be putting a product in there, it's going to be best to start off clean in the first place. So we prefer using a little bit of rubbing alcohol, maybe a cotton swab, maybe a paper towel, something like that. But you just want to give this thing a solid once over. Plus, I've actually got a little bit of dirt up here, so we might as well make my Jeep look pretty. The idea is you want to get inside the weather stripping itself. So if there's any debris in there that can possibly prevent the deflector from sticking, you want to make sure that it's been removed. Next up, we're going to give these things a test fit. I am a firm believer in the concept of measure twice, cut once. You will see that these wind deflectors have a little panel that you can pull off that will expose an adhesive. If I pull this off right now, I'm going to have a much more difficult time fitting these things when it comes down to the actual install. So first things first, we just want to make sure that we've ordered the right deflectors for our vehicle. And we're going to start doing that by just giving these things a test fit inside the channels. So if you'll come over here, I am going to start off with the front side, just angling this in and gently sliding it into the weather stripping. I'm giving this thing a pretty good bend to be able to allow it to fit correctly. I should also mention, and I think it goes without saying, I've gone ahead and put the window down. You're going to want to put the window down before you attempt installing these. So I've set the front in. I'm going to try to set the back in right now. Once again, I'm giving this thing a solid bend, and up it goes. That looks like a pretty solid fit to me. You? So we've determined that this is a good fit. Now, we're going to need to make sure that this guy stays in. So we have a couple of enclosed plastic clips that we're going to use to hold this thing in place. So just to give you an idea of where you're going to position this in the end, this little plastic clip right here is going to fit just below this section right here. So the whole idea is you're going to pop this guy in inside the weather stripping, inside that channel, and then kind of wedge it up with a flathead screwdriver or a nylon body tool. I suppose a ballpoint pen would work in a pinch, but let's stick to flathead or nylon body tool. We're going to hold off on doing that first, just because we're going to do the actual install on these. So, I'm just going to peel this guy back, exposing the adhesive. So that's snug in there, it fits. I want to give it just a little gentle pull towards me to try to help this seat a little bit better. And just be aware, this isn't, permanent adhesive. It's not meant to be an airtight seal, it's just meant to help this seat correctly. So with that in, I'm just gonna pop in this clip and you're just gonna jam it all the way in and then work a flathead screwdriver up gently along that, just to lock it into place right below this guy to hold it steady. As I mentioned before,
You want to roll up the windows gently, just so that in case, in the rare event that there's any sort of binding or anything like that, you're not causing any damage to the window or the motor. So we've cleared this sort of front section, and we're just going to make sure the back clears right now. Solid. So you want to make sure that these are left in place for a minimum of 24 hours. That means roll them up, leave it shut for at least 24 hours, just so that they can seat properly inside the channels. Past that, you're good to go. Let me roll down the window and we'll take care of the back. Make sure there's no pre-existing grime. Get the outside too for good measure. That's going to stop stuff from sticking. I want to bring up something very important. Rears can often be a little bit deceiving in that this clearly goes on one way. I have one end that has a right angle to it, and I have one end that has a curvature to it. This is not going to work on this side. Just be aware, orientation is a thing. That's why we're doing a test fit. So let me grab the correct side right now. I'm matching up the curved side with the curved side on that channel, and the right angle with the right angle on this one. I'm just gonna bend that out. We're gonna push it up. That looks pretty solid. So let's go ahead and remove the adhesive, and then we'll fit this thing on for real, push in the clips, roll up the window. Fitment, super easy. All we had to do, just bend out, push the thing up, and we're gonna pull back on this, same as we did on the front, just to make sure that this guy seats in correctly. On the front side, we only used one clip just because the actual deflector itself dips all the way down onto kind of the base of the windowsill. In this case, because this is sitting so high up, we're going to use one of these plastic clips for each side. So I'm gonna do side number one, just jam that in there, and we're gonna wedge it up gently, trying to not disturb the actual weather stripping itself. And that looks pretty good. Let's get the opposite side. It's a little less clearance on this side, but it's all right. Once the clip goes in, it'll make short work of that. So I'm gonna push that all the way in with our flathead, and then just gently wedge it up the rest of the way there. Fitment looks good, so the last thing to do is going to be just to roll this window up. Keep it in mind to go a little slower as we get up to the top. That's clear. And that is seated. All right, simple enough, right? As you can see, this was a really simple installation, and we at Madness hope that this gives you the confidence that you need to take on bigger jobs, whether it be something like an air filter or something a little bit more complicated like our max power or our go pedal unit. Please like our videos, subscribe if you like what we see. We have a lot of new stuff coming out for the Wrangler and the Wrangler Unlimited, at least the new generation, coming out over the next year or so. So stay tuned, keep posted to our website. In the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna fire this thing up.